Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I certainly am. Okay, what do we have for you on today's episode? We have for you only one clip to watch, but it's a doozy, I think, because going through... In fact, I'll show you a Twitter feed at the end as well. Looking at a lot of people's reactions to the situation in Ukraine and with the boogeyman, Putin, the West... Not only is the West in denial, but the West is... And I'm talking about the leaders... suffering from some kind of mass delusion that they actually think that they have power anymore. The West, our house, the West, is a house that is divided against itself. The division never needed to happen. Okay, none of it ever needed to happen. We could be strong still, if only we wanted to be. Yeah, but the problem is we elect people, we put our trust into people, and to serve your country as its leader or leadership should be the ultimate privilege, right? And you should dedicate your life to bettering the lives of your citizens. Western politicians for at least 2 generations now have done the opposite of that. For this, they have sold you out and your birthright, yeah? But that's an aside. This is a clip that's going to show you a advert for the Russian military, and then after that we're going to show you an advert for the American military. But don't think that's me singling out the United States military, because I'm not. The British military is just the same. The French, German, Norwegian, Australian, Canada, wherever in the West, yeah, it's the same message, the same narrative over and over again. And that was good whilst there was nobody knocking on your door. But now you have the wolf at your door. Think about it. So let's get into this clip. If you haven't yet though, please like the video, subscribe to the Hoggcast, hit the notification bell and share the video around if you so choose. I also have a membership scheme which you can join if you want, but you don't have to. I do have 9 amazing, beautiful members who honour and humble me that they value the Hoggcast as much as they do to become a member of either the Gold Club or the Coffee Club in our quiet little corner of the internet. And you can do that if you so choose. Let's go. Okay.
Но разве ты сможешь потом спокойно спать? Узнать себя, познать границы своих возможностей. К черту границы. Ты готов ломать себя до изнеможения. Каждый день здесь боль закаляет. Шрамы, повседневность. Это ты решил себе что-то доказать. Командир здесь только для того, чтобы ты мог увидеть в нем врага. Потому что без врага нет боя, а без боя нет победы. Но на самом деле, главный враг — это ты. Вчерашний ты. Твоя задача выследить врага, догнать его, превзойти, стать лучше, чем он, и вернуться назад победителем. Потому что завтра первый день твоей новой жизни.
So that was the Russian one, and you could hear the American military one just starting. We'll watch that again. We'll watch that in a second. But this is the Russian one, which exudes masculinity. It exudes toughness, it exudes control, adventure, excitement, yeah? Right? All of that. Tough men. Yeah? An army, a functional fighting force. As in the West, we've gotten far too used to picking on little countries that don't even have a functional air force and then acting like we're the world police because we've gone and done something to Iraq or whatever. You understand what I mean? It's just... And what are you going to do to people like this? Yeah? This is... Well, I'll show you the Twitter feed. After we've watched this clip, I'll show you the Twitter feed. People... This is in Britain because there's a UEFA, which is our... What guys in America you call soccer. What we call football here. Yeah? And in Europe, there's a UEFA, which is a football tournament that involves European countries. It was meant to be in St. Petersburg, but it's been moved to Paris. And the people in the Twitters were like, oh yeah, this is such a good thing, that'll teach Putin. I was trying to explain to them in as polite way as I could, because it really annoys me. Putin, and I'm only going to say this once, does not care where you have your stupid football match. Whilst you're worried about your football match, they're building an empire. If they wanted, they could still stop you from having your football match in France. And I don't mean that in the way you probably think I do, although they could do that as well. But in the West, whilst we're going carbon neutral, in the East, the two new partners, Russia and China, they're increasing their energy output. Strange, isn't it? The Western Hemisphere, which has much less people than the East, China and Russia and all of the other Eastern countries, we're going carbon neutral to save the world, whilst the area of the world that is extremely heavily and densely populated and is going to continue to explode in terms of human population is increasing their fossil fuel output. This is what I mean when I say the West has its priorities completely wrong, yeah? So if they wanted to, they could just turn that good old pipe off. Germany in particular would be screwed. Nuclear energy, very efficient. And I know when people say nuclear energy is clean, a lot of people don't understand what they mean by that. They think, they go, oh, what do you mean nuclear waste? Yes, that is an issue for many generations down the line. But it doesn't pump out the CO2 into the atmosphere, because that's all you really care about, isn't it? At least that's what you say. So we shut our fossil fuel plants down. We shut our nuclear plants down. We spend trillions, and this is Western wide, of dollars, euro, pound, etc., on wind farms that at best are inefficient and at worst just don't really work, especially when there's no wind. And then we're going to put economic sanctions on the country who supplies us the energy. By their actions in Ukraine, do you think they care? Because they know that we, thanks to the ineptitude and corruption of our Western politicians, need them a lot more than they need us. Now let's move on to the United States military ad. Tell me, right, so we as a bit of a aside there. So for a recap, we had masculinity, control, adventure, camaraderie, all of that stuff from the Russian one. Let's check out the United States. Sorry, let's check out the United States. Excusez-moi, coming through. You can look. It hasn't even started yet, and you can already see the difference. I haven't even pressed the play button. You can see the difference. Look, from that to that.
I like to think.
I'm dying.
Ballet, played violin. I also marched for equality. I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age. When I was 6 years old, one of my moms had an accident that left her paralyzed. Doctors said she might never walk again. But she tapped into my family's pride to get back on her feet, eventually standing at the altar to marry my other mom.
So this, in case you might have been, you might have seen this on TV if you're an American viewer of mine, and you probably, by this point, you probably thought this was an advert for shampoo or laundry detergent or something like that, or like a college, like, you know, look at us, how virtuous we are, come and get into debt at our college. Nothing you've seen so far indicates that this is an advert for the military.
With such powerful role models, I finished high school at the top of my class, and then attended UC Davis, where I joined a sorority full of other strong women. But as
political commissars, yeah.
As graduation approached, I began feeling like I'd been handed so much in life. A sorority girl stereotype.
Yeah, you've been handed too much in life. Let me tell you that. You have been handed far too much in life, and it's not just America, Britain as well, especially Britain, my country. Yeah, all over the West. You've forgotten, or we have forgotten, all of us, the sacrifices our forefathers made. And we placed our eternal trust in a group of politicians who not only are not worthy of the position by a long shot, but they openly despise you. Yeah, your own leaders.
Type. Sure, I'd spent my life around inspiring women, but what had I really achieved on my own? One of my sorority sisters was studying abroad in Italy. Another was climbing Mount Everest. I needed my own adventures, my own challenge.
You notice they can't show you actual ones doing it. It's a cartoon. This is what I mean. It's all make-believe. It's fake. Look, it's a cartoon. It's not real. The Russian one, real men. And I mean that physically and literally and figuratively. Sorry, that's what the word I was going for. Real men. And then cartoony. Cartoony, fake. And you know why it's fake? Because the whole progressive ideology is a house of cards, yeah? It's built on, it's quicksand, a house built on quicksand.
Climbing Mount Everest. I needed my own adventures, my own challenge. And after meeting with an army recruiter, I found it.
When I was 7.
So there is a full 23 seconds left of this advert. So the first 3/4 of the advert was ideology, narrative. Ideology, narrative. And the last, right at the very end, they put in a little quick bit about, the army bit.
17, I had such real big dreams. I said, Dad, I want to be a soldier.
How ridiculous. So if it came to conflict, which none of us want, we're going to pit a regiment of cartoon, strong whamming against this lot.
Can be like you. And though the years have passed.
So it only gave a fleeting mention of the army. I did say that it got until like there was 23 seconds left, but it only just mentioned the army once, and now it's back to strong whamming, singing on a boat. Narcissism at its most. Remember, this isn't an advert for detergent. This isn't a shampoo advert. This isn't even a go to college and get a worthless degree in something silly, yeah? This is for the American military, what was once the pride of the West.
Past now, feeling just seems to last now. It's not.
Now we so it cut back to the beginning of the clip. So we'll do that again. Look, we'll end. We'll end with the American one, and then it's going to cut straight back into the Russian one. No, notice the difference.
Now, it's not.
Вопросы могут остаться без ответов, но разве ты сможешь потом спокойно спать? Узнать себя, познать границы своих возможностей. К черту границы. Ты готов ломать себя до изнеможения?
Sums it up perfectly. This was the crux of my video. I was going to leave it there. I'll quickly show you something on Twitter because you'll get, this is exactly what I'm talking about, yeah? Let's take a look now. So this is what I mean. Sky News breaking. UEFA, which is that soccer thing I told you about, has moved its 2022 Champions League final from St. Petersburg in Russia to the Stade de France in Paris. That'll show them Russians. Look, good. Now expel Russian teams from UEFA competitions and country qualifying tournaments. 22 likes and retweets. So I said in reply, I really don't think they care about such trivial things. This is something a lot of people in the West don't get. You wax lyrical about football and other trivial things whilst they are building an empire. And this is what I mean, look, and he replies with, the people do. The people care. That's where most of our hope must lie, in the people rising up against Putin. Well, who's the people? Do you mean the Russian people? The Russians love Putin. The Russians are proud. They're strong. They're fierce. Putin is proud and strong and fierce. Just because you have a soft kind of progressive Western worldview, and this is the thing that progressives don't get. They think that their worldview is absolute, that anyone that has a different worldview or anyone that disagrees is this, that, the other. Yeah. They in the East, they don't care about, look, you move your football match, go and have your soccer match in a field over there. I assure you, Putin, he won't care. Yeah. And nor will any of the Russians. Russian citizens, they don't care. Take your football and go. And someone replies with, would that include Chelsea? They're being owned by a Russian oligarch. And this is the net sum total of Western intelligence. True dat. The West, it's just a cluster F, isn't it? I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think about the video in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.